everybody, and welcome to another week of this. Yes, another week of
Another
squintiness. Squeakathon. Well, that's if we bring the tugwaddles into this.
Oh, there was a tugwaddle involved in the story last night, and he is not nice. I hadn't thought about the ramifications of an evil, anthropomorphic guinea pig, but
Will they shake you down for lettuce?
This story took me to places. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say.
Let us introduce ourselves. I am Jace Maxwell, author of Urban Fantasy, editor for Rose City Editing at rosecityediting.com. I do sim streams on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I do Vampire the Masquerade, tabletop RPG called the VTM Mysteries on Thursdays at noon Eastern. And I participate in a game on Sako's channel on Saturday mornings of Vampire the Masquerade, which is both of those games are super, super fun. I participate in Amber's streams on Sundays. And I believe we have karaoke tomorrow night, but we don't know what channel.
I'm okay hosting it, but I hosted it last month, so that's why I don't know. I'm going to host it.
I'm fine.
So, whichever one of you that has offered wants to host it. So yeah, that's all my stuff. Sako, you're up.
Howdy, neighbors. I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voight. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. In fact, I've been doing that a lot lately. If you are interested in marketing yourself as an author, you can find me at this channel, Sako Toomey, Cass Voight. Stop by sometime. I would love to see you.
Woot woot. Amber.
All right, and I am Amber Craft. The gods hate me right now, so my life is shit. But usually I host streams. I have my stream every Sunday at noon Eastern, and I have a podcast that hopefully will get started soon again for season 2. So if you'd like to be on that, let me know if you are an author and have gone through some shit to get to where you are and feel like you want to talk about it.
Cool.
And then I try to be here. Yeah, if it's like you already know you have a standing, any open door policy with you, Charlie, so you're good. And I have no idea when my house is getting here now, because, like I said, the gods hate me and want to blow things up on my camper, apparently. On my camper, at this point, it's just the camper. I don't even care. Yeah, that's all I got.
Charlie.
Hello, everyone. My name is Charlie. I do weird stuff. That's all I do. Weird stuff, queer stuff, and not much in between. Oh my goodness. I'm currently working on a 5.5 book series. I almost have the half part done. I actually got my word count total on Camp Nano, but I have 2 chapters left to write in it. But my "you finished your book" present arrived today, and while I have let myself take the plastic off, I have not opened it yet because the book's not finished. But it's the Alien tabletop role-playing game because I love those movies, and I will probably be doing some one-shot games on my channel, game streams on my channel, because I want to see if I can really creep people out. Yeah. So, and speaking of podcasts, Apple finally fixed my Apple Podcast account today.
Nice.
So I can actually start doing things again. So I have a lot of recording to do, but I'm going to finish the book first. But yeah, podcasts are coming back. Yay.
All right, Chloe.
I am Chloe Alice Falcon. I am a writer of mostly paranormal romance and weird. That's not necessarily paranormal, but still romance. And I am one half of Word Stitch Write-Ins, which is currently on a vague hiatus until I get my life together. But in the meantime, I just started posting my Chloe versus the British Baking Show cookbook series on my personal YouTube. So if you want to see me fail at baking, you can now watch it on my YouTube channel.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, hello, I'm Meadow, and this is Noelle. She wanted to come say hi, and I told her to go get a shirt on, and she went and got Jordan's t-shirt. And
It works.
I do writing streams on Tuesdays and Fridays. I do the same on Wednesdays. And I'm also an editor with Rose City Editing. Me and Jace work together, and I recently started posting on TikTok with more writing type stuff, and I'm excited because I posted a TikTok video about Rose City Editing, and I've already gotten like 4 people contacting me.
Yay!
That child.
My pimping out has been working.
Big pimping.
I cannot wait to start working with y'all. I really can't.
I'm
That's the other reason why I can't open that until I get this. I need to do my edit.
will be answering emails.
Speaking of, I totally forgot to say in my intro, working with you guys. Book 1 is Audible now, so I'm trying to find the promo code so I can give you guys, because I put it in yesterday and I forgot where it is now. I gotta find it again. But yeah, so excited on that one. It only took a week and a half to get it to, decide it wanted to work. I don't know.
Awesome sauce. And what's everyone working on today? I know I am restructuring my notes because I have too many of them, and I need to pare them down so I can actually find things when it's time to get to that stuff in the game.
I am working on Art Breeder to make my herd.
Sweet. Art Breeder is so fun.
I don't know yet. I think I'm gonna try to write, but I lost my cheat sheet for my colors, so I'm stuck in a scene of comparing and colorings of colors of something, and I don't know what color should be what. So I might have to go back and read a few chapters before I can write. So I don't know.
I'm going to be working on the longest denouement I have ever written because the end of the events at the climax kind of end with very much a once more with feeling Buffy, like, where do we go from here? Kind of like the battle's done and we kind of won, so
Everyone's
exactly. That's exactly how everyone feels, because they're like, oh, we didn't die. That's victory, right? Like we. So basically, all of the characters will probably be in therapy by the end of the series, but if they live that long, so.
Oh goodness.
So I sang that very line about 3 hours ago. When a buddy picked me up to go to lunch and asked me where we should go. She phrased it just right. Where do we go? Anyway, so being in the middle of a life crisis as I am, I changed my plan for Vela yet again, and decided with this one that I wanted to have my model at least picked out for the cover image, if not the image done itself. And I found an image that I liked until I saw it in thumbnail, and she kind of has her hair like this. And in thumbnail, it looks like she has a very lush, woodsy beard. So I'm trying to find another one. And the problem with Shutterstock is that all the photos that I like are overcropped everybody's missing this part of their head, which of course when you're doing a cover, you really
It
need
kind
that
of
part
helps
of
to
their
have
head.
it.
Yeah, so like, and I want big hair, and like definitely the bigness is being done. Anyway, so right now I am in the middle of a Shutterstock hole slash Trixie Mattel rabbit hole because her videos are the only thing that is getting me through the fact that I keep exploding over finding another model that I like, only to discover that she has been brained by her photographer. So that's me. That's what I'm doing right now.
I just bear in mind that the covers for Vela are circular, not
Yes.
square. So it's not exactly the circle that you think. So it's not like if you put a circle in the middle of a square image, it's just going to cut off the corners. No, it takes a little bit more. So you need some bleed.
Yeah.
I've been playing around with this a lot.
And like
So-
that is actually kind of a good thing for me because also it's really hard to find models with bodies. So I'm like, okay, well I don't have to worry about the body so much. Also good because most of them are naked and like I really don't need that happening on the cover, but I do at least need this part of the head. Meadow.
Are you working on anything today, Meadow?
The first print, I'm going to be answering emails because I did get a client inquiry that I need to respond to, and then after that, I'm probably going to be working on my stories that I'm doing with Marcus. So.
Sweet. And in the chat we have. Oh, this is easy. We have Devin and CB. And CB is working on completely restructuring the pile of nonsense that was my Camp Nano project. Always a tangle to unweave.
I feel called out by this.
And Devin says puppy. And Jennifer just said something. She said, hello, everybody. Hi, Noelle.
Noelle got really perky. He said, "Hi, Noelle," and she went, "Hi."
Hi.
Jennifer says hi to you, Noelle.
Said, "Hi, Jennifer."
Hi, David.
No.
Rico. It's Rico.
Rico, that's Sako.
Rico.
Psycho.
Rico.
Yeah, it's Sako.
It goes, what? It goes, what?
Oh, she's pointing at the dog. Her finger kept pointing at Sako's
Oh.
face. Wait, what?
That's why she said Rico. It's Rocky.
Oh.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Rocky.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell where she's pointing sometimes.
I did not say
I forgot
go.
that she saw him when we came by. I forgot
Yeah.
that.
Noelle's being a bit crazy.
Now that we have talked to everybody and the people in the audience, we should do a spariant.
Spariant.
A spariant. So we will start in the 3, 2, 1, go. It goes beep, beep, beep. How did everybody do on that sprint?
I received an upsetting phone call from my sister. My mother is in Egypt visiting her boyfriend for the first time. And she called my sister this morning to inform her that she got married
What?
to her 24-year-old boyfriend,
Oh,
whom she just met for the first time in person.
oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I wonder if that's mom.
No, it's Amber. See, she's talking to Meadow.
I too am on the phone with my mom, but she didn't marry anybody, thank God.
Wow. Well, that was a bombshell.
Yeah. By comparison, I looked through about 200 photos of the exact same model before deciding that I hated every single one of them.
I managed to get rid of 3 sheets of notes by transferring the few bits of information that we still needed to other sheets.
Cool. Whew. I made some art.
I saw you made pretty art.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to figure out what else I'm going to do with my time.
I am learning that, as always, there are too many mute buttons between me and the outside world. Like, I feel like the world is like showing me the problems I have on the inside.
My mom calls me in the middle of me taking a test thingy for a job, and I'm like, I need my phone to figure out 20% of this and 30% of this. But she doesn't know how to hush. I love my mommy. I love my mommy.
I set up the chapter to get ready to start writing, and then the artist who is doing my new podcast cover design contacted me and like, it's done. Want to see it? Yes, I do. So I may have just reveled in the crapulence of the art that I had done for like the entire sprint, because she also did the cheerleaders for the stream, and I now have the picture, and it's so cute. It is so like painfully cute. And they did this to themselves. That's all I have to say. They did this to themselves.
Yes, we did this to ourselves, and we love that we did it. We created the char leaders.
And it's so cute. It is so like, I need toys. Like, I'm broken on the inside. Like, where do I get the plushie? I need a toy. I need one now. Which is why I hired Caitlin, because I can't do cute art. She can, and she did.
I'm here for all the plushies for the char leaders and the tugwaddles and all the things. Let me know when I need to give you money I don't have.
I feel that on so many levels.
Let's see. CB got 121 words, and Jennifer is working on a logo design for merchandising purposes. Girlfriend needs cash. While we were sprinting, let's see. Cat S came in. Welcome, welcome. And Lizzie came in to say hey. She's in a planning mood. Says, be kind on the internet and think about how others will be affected by your actions. That would be really nice if everybody listened to that. And Carrie says, half an hour left of work. Woo, overtime. Woo, overtime. I got to a point where I was turning down overtime. I eventually got to that point where I was just like, my mental health is worth way more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For me, it was a really weird line because it was like, I will only work 40 hours unless you offer me 50. Because that at that point, it's so much more money that it's worth it. But like, I'm not staying an extra 2 hours, F you.
Mhm.
No, I was getting to a point near the end at the hospital where the time and a half of overtime would give me 30 something an hour. And I still thought my sanity was more important.
Yeah.
But, oh, I missed that money.
The flip side, money good.
Yes. Money
This is
good.
Well,
this is
right
the
now, my thing is my mom is mad because they thought I turned down a job from an interview I had, but it's funny because her and my uncle were talking about it, and I'm like, I remember telling him that like it was going to be too physically demanding, like because he's like, well, you can take it and work there while you're trying to find another job. I'm like, not if this job breaks me. Like, it's too physically demanding. I won't be able to have another job. I'll be like too hurt. And he's like, okay, but then they still bitched about how I turned it down. I want to have a job, but I don't want to have a job that breaks me where I can't have another job.
That's the worst part of when we switched over to being self-employed after we bought the restaurant is we just have to do like I miss like, oh, overtime means more pay. Overtime just means it needs to get done.
Yeah.
And like capitalism. Because we were working like both of us together like 100-hour weeks when we first bought the place to get everything back to some semblance of functionality, and no. Sanity needs help. You can't always work.
Mm-hmm.
We were having a fictional rant earlier, or fictional. Wow. Capitalism rant. Capitalism rant earlier. Actually, I think it was Katarina and I.
Yeah.
And we were talking about UBI
Oh.
and how amazing that would be,
Mm-hmm.
because there are a lot of us that are creators, and UBI would mean that we wouldn't have to think about, we wouldn't have to charge, basically.
Or you wouldn't be as reliant. I mean, that's the horrible catch-22 with every project that I do, is just that question of, I really want to do this. Will this be commercially viable, and do I care? Like those questions are so, like it really weeds out a lot of the, like, if you think the stuff I'm working on is very niche, and it is, it's not as niche as some of the projects I really want to do, because I know that there's, like the 5 people that will enjoy that one story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is not going to pay bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the big downside to the capitalism system as it exists in present day, where you have to think about how to monetize every fucking thing in your life.
Toxic productivity.
It's forcing you into toxic productivity.
Yeah, we've been talking about that a lot.
My husband is concerned that I try to monetize all of my hobbies, and maybe I do.
But it becomes like natural to do it.
Which is not a good thing.
Right.
That's one of the reasons I stopped knitting, because I couldn't, I'm not good enough to have an Etsy shop. You know what I'm saying? And that literally was what went through my mind when I just was like, I just don't have time for this.
Wow.
And like, that's not a healthy way to live.
That's not a healthy way to live, no.
But yeah, that's why I always say business me is a jerk. Hope you never see business me.
Well, and the flip side it's not just that like everything we do has to be monetized. It's also the fact that everybody expects their entertainment to be free now. and of course, there's no like we must make money. Everything must be free, but we demand everything. But we need to eat. Like it doesn't.
I was just thinking about that this morning. I got my reports from Spotify, and I'm like, oh crap, people are actually listening to that stuff I did. Okay. And then I was just like, oh, and that's probably going to equal like maybe 3 cents.
Mhm.
Yay, I made 3 pennies.
Yeah, me three pennies.
Like,
When-
yay, yay,
when
yay
you
for the
get-
pennies.
When you get excited about a 42-cent like royalty, and everybody looks at you like you're crazy, like
Right? Yes.
like I told my mom, I was like, I actually got a royalty check for Unlimited that was like $8. I was like, do you know how many people read my book on Unlimited to equal $8?
I was trying to explain that to somebody the other day because they knew I was looking into Vela and the serials, and I'm like, yeah, I could make like 7-8 cents a chapter on this. Like that's not bad, especially if I can pump them out at the rate I'm wanting to do and get a fairly decent audience on this. And and they're just like, wait, how much?
Yeah.
And they're just like, let me explain author financing to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's one thing when you get like your regular royalty check and you're like, okay, this is from physical reads. But when you get it from like Unlimited, you know how many like page counts people actually had to read to get you that
Mhm.
money. You're like, that's not so bad.
I feel like the worst part with Unlimited for me is I have a lot of readers who are Australian, and I love you, but the exchange rate or the rate for Kindle Unlimited reads in Australia is 0.25 cents per page.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm not even getting that like half a set a page. I think it's 0.43 in the US right now. I'm getting half of that from my Australian reads. I'm like, I love you guys, but ow.
That's why I love my readers in the European Union, because the exchange rate has been in my favor for a while. Like all of my European readers, mwah, mwah,
Hmm.
I love you.
We're gonna cater to the EU and flip off Australia.
Oh no, it's so sad because like
Taking all those strips off the Barbie.
Like I found out why all my
Damn
advertisers
Barbie.
dried up, and it's because most of my podcast listeners are in France and they don't know how to get me ads because I don't speak French. And I'm just like, that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. I have listeners. Get me ads. Like,
Yeah.
Put some French ads on there. I don't care if I don't know what it is.
I can muddle through. I'll try to even make it cute. Okay, let's just spell everything phonetically.
On a positive note, I responded to an inquiry and they emailed me back like immediately with their first chapter for example in it. So
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
gotta give me that money.
Oh, speaking of Australia, hey Yazza.
Ah.
Talking smack about you.
Guten Tag, wie geht's Ihnen?
CB says, I am grateful to live in a country that has a somewhat competent system to support those who are incapable of sustained employment or who have never had a chance at said.
Yeah.
That would be real nice to have.
Yeah, it's not how we roll over here.
It's not how we do,
It's kind of like a pack of jackals that kind of look at each other and like take out the weak. Like that is the American way. Like we
The
don't like,
American way is a pack of jackals.
yeah, we don't like talking about it outside the country because we've got an image to keep. But
What image? I
I've
think
seen the propaganda.
I think by this point, all the countries in the world know what the truth is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they think we're vultures. We're not vultures. We're probably we're jackals. We attack each other too.
Yeah.
This is true.
Well, that's because there's not enough scraps to go around.
I just feel like what's the Cthulhu? Like we're just something turns us all onto each other and we all just kill ourselves. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also, we
I know
eat
what that
our
is.
young here.
It's called the media.
I would like to provide an example of what ADHD brain looks like. You guys were talking about jackals and vultures, and my brain heard vultures and thought about a TikTok that I watched where this guy was doing collective nouns for animals, and like saying what they were, and he said a wake of vultures, which I think is funny, etc. And then it took me to the thought that I had the other day where I was talking about because he did another video about collective nouns for fictional creatures. Like a marvel of unicorns, that kind of situation. And I was like, okay. So my brain, with my militariness, said the collective noun for soldiers is a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
So from this conversation about America, I went, a clusterfuck of soldiers.
You kind of went full circle because we are indeed a clusterfuck.
Yes, we are.
But just the route in which my brain got to this point.
Did a full 360.
Speaking of clusterfucks, should we do another sprint?
Yeah, let's do that.
Jackal of Americans is down for it.
The Jackal of Americans.
Gaggle.
Gaggle.
We're a gaggle.
We're a gaggle. Yep. I'm okay with
What
that.
Oh, Jace. Mm, taking over. Okay, bye.
Got an Aurora Borealis on this one.
Ooh.
Yay. Look at that phoenix.
Ah.
Look at that what?
The phoenix.
Oh,
Oh,
that
I
is not
see
what
it.
I heard.
But we know what you heard.
All right, we will sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. And that is the sprint.
And
Yeah.
there's the sprint.
So I started reading the document for the sample edit, and I think this might be a project for you, Jace. I'm thinking that it needs line edits.
Mm. that. Mm.
So Jace got the job, not Meadow.
I heard so much excitement in that.
I mean, I can attempt it, but I am just not that good with line edits yet. I'm still learning that aspect of editing, so
Yeah, line edits are you take the sentence, you turn it from what the author wrote into art. And you do that on every sentence.
yeah, it's not terrible, but there's a lot of exposition in the beginning because it's a science fiction. There's a lot of exposition and explaining things in the beginning, a lot of name drops, and the prose itself is really stilted,
Oh.
Mhm.
like really forced. It doesn't flow that well. So that's why I'm thinking line edits are definitely in order for this project.
I feel nervously called out, even though this isn't my project.
That is part of why I decided against doing my high fantasy romance for Vela. Like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna have. This is all exposition. No, I'm done.
Yeah.
I think I found ways to like pepper the exposition in throughout the story, but
What I have decided to do
I
is
think
take the world that I built for that high fantasy and turned it into academy romance. So
Yeah.
she goes to school to learn all of this crap.
Okay, in the time of that sprint, I got another inquiry for a quote from another person.
Woo.
Sweet.
I'm gonna cry.
Are we going to be like working this summer?
We're gonna be working this summer.
Hopefully, so am I at this point. Fuck.
In that break, I gave up on Shutterstock and read a book and wrote a review for that book. So I did my job today.
I got things in the mail that make my nails pretty.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to make my nails pretty.
Make them pretty. Make my monster grow.
That just sounds so wrong on this channel.
and it brought back memories that are really not safe for work, but not what Jace is thinking.
They're not Power Rangers?
No. Though I have talked about the Power Rangers way too much for somebody who doesn't like them recently. I don't like that Mortal Kombat did that to me.
Mortal Kombat made you not like Power Rangers?
No. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen the new Mortal Kombat movie, but they added a new character, and he's basically a Power Rangers, and Cabal is essentially a Power Rangers villain. Like they hired a
You're not
stunt.
wrong.
They hired a stuntman to do the like body work because he's wearing a mask the whole time, so it doesn't matter what he looks like. And apparently he and Kana, the actor who played Kano, were the only two people that realized what kind of a movie they were in, and they just went for it.
Oh.
And so like you could take all of the voiceover for Cabal and just like cut it into a Power Rangers movie, or and you wouldn't know the difference. Like you really like it would fit right in. Like, oh, I thought you were a bad guy. Like he's just so over the top. Cartoon. Did not expect Power Rangers in my R-rated Mortal Kombat movie, but I guess you had to have something for the kids. I guess I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you know how many teenage erotic fantasies arose in my brain because of Power Rangers?
Yikes.
I don't know where to be scared or sorry.
Well, considering most of the actors are like in their 40s, you know,
Yeah.
it makes things
Like
even
I
more
said.
problematic.
Like, let's say you just helped my theory right there. Like,
No, I was the teenager.
I'm just saying, most of the Power Ranger actors, I think the youngest ones have been like in their mid-20s.
Yeah,
Look at me playing a teenager. Yay!
Yeah.
that's how Hollywood works.
It's like the girl who played Cher in Clueless was 36 when she made that movie. Like,
Yep.
seriously. I need a better skin regime.
No, you need Hollywood to stop convincing you that 28-year-olds are in high school.
Also,
Because
I
that's
swear
not
to
what high
God.
school kids look like at all.
I always think of the woman from Beverly Hills 90210 who was clearly in her 30s. Like, there was no question she wasn't made to look like a teenager. She was a 35-year-old running the high school newspaper.
And poor Luke Perry. I mean, look, he looked so age inappropriate for that entire show.
Yeah, he did.
It's like, look at that hot 17-year-old. Where is he? Behind the like 40-year-old over there? Where is he?
But also, as we found out, unfortunately, before his death, he really was a pretty ageless guy.
Yeah, he was.
20 years later, in what was it? Riverdale. He still looked fucking good.
He did. I'm just saying, like, he really did not look appropriate for that show.
No, he did not.
Yeah, it was like, okay, you're saying he's 16? Why does it look like someone has been cultivating his forehead?
I know.
It's
Poor
kind of
guy.
like how they revealed in the second season of The Order that it's basically a really weird magic sequel to Beverly Hills 90210. Like, I couldn't even explain it if I wanted to spoil the thing that happened in it. But let's just say there's a Jason Priestley and a couple other actors that like suddenly show up as themselves. And it's weird. It gets weird.
Oh, CB says Judy Garland was supposed to be 17 when she played, or was 17 when she played Dorothy Gale, and she was supposed to be 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never have said 12 watching
Oh
that.
my god! And like, obviously, they couldn't age her to this point, so like, I'm not judging them for it. But the fact that Kristen Dunst played Claudia, and she was like 10, and the character in the book was 3.
Yeah.
So obviously, you couldn't have, you know.
Yeah, but Antonio Banderas also played Armand, and he's supposed to be 15.
You're
So,
right.
like,
I
they did
also
put a
forgot
slight
that.
scale of age for the actors. Like, he was supposed to be a 15-year-old Celtic boy with flaming red hair. So
Yeah, no, not even a little bit. But he's hot, so it's okay.
And with the name Armand, you can get away with that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if your name is Armand, even if you're 15, you look 35.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, when you're like a diehard Anne Rice fan, like you're like, which one do I complain about? The fact that the title isn't the book, or that these guys don't match their age? They're hot enough. It's fine. I'm gonna go with the title.
I don't know. I got so mad when Lestat flew at the beginning of Interview with a Vampire that I just like threw a hissy fit, and my sister was just like, "You're right, but Tom Cruise is hot in that outfit." I mean, I'm just like, "You're right. Okay, let's finish."
Yeah.
The downside
like,
to that movie was that Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt didn't actually get it on.
That's fair.
Which they really should have. That was a very intimate co-parenting situation that was going on in the books. I'm just saying, like,
It's funny
And
because like
Alan
I
Rickman.
don't read MM stuff and I don't write it, but also when the opportunity is there and it's not taken, I'm like, I wanted to see that actually given to me.
I feel like Brad Pitt has a clause in all of his contracts that he's not allowed to be attracted to dudes in the movie because he protests too much. 'Cause, like, I mean, he played Achilles, and they made Achilles' boyfriend his cousin, like just his cousin, and like constantly showed him in bed with the women's. And I'm just like, I think you're protesting too much, Brad.
I was just reading a book that was reverse harem that was recommended to me because it was supposed to be the raunchiest thing ever, and it was really disappointing. But there are like brothers in it, and there's definitely like a reference to not crossing swords, and I was like, I mean, you could cross swords. It's a book.
There is one. I don't know. This group might be. Oh no, Meadow's not too old. Hannah Montana. The actor playing her brother
Eternal baby face.
was 30 when the show started.
He was playing like a 16-year-old, I think.
Yeah, Miley was 16. Yeah, he was playing a 16-year-old.
I think Miley's character was 13 and he was 16. And Miley was actually like 13 or 14 and he was in his 30s, but he looks like a teenager, so it's okay. Like, he has eternal baby face.
Holy shit. Sorry, I've never watched, obviously I am 40 years old. I have never watched Hannah Montana. He looks like he is 12 years old, and he is older than me. Oh my god, and like I know this show was a while ago now, but holy shit. Okay.
My favorite chant here recently, because I've been introducing the hubby to the oeuvre that is the Vampire Diaries, is reminding him like, oh no, that character's supposed to be 16 because time works really weird. Like the first 5 seasons are actually like a year and a half of story time. So like, well, 5 years have passed in the real world for filming this. It's been like a year and a half in world. Like, yeah, he's supposed to be 17 because he got really upset because he's like, why are they mad about him day drinking? I'm like, because he's 17. oh yeah. He's about to graduate high school. Yeah, he's about to graduate high school.
I mean, he got aged hard in that show, though. He had a rough year and a half there.
It's
and
really
he looked like he aged like 20 years, and that 5 years, that was a year and a half.
Because if you actually take track, because it starts, he's 16 when the show starts. By this point, he's almost 18. Like there's literally an episode for his 18th birthday, and it's like in season 8, season 6.
And he's like yelling at kids to get off his lawn. Yes.
In the bathroom, completely nude. She went in there to go to the bathroom, and I just went to go check on her because I heard some jumping around. And I opened the door, and she's dancing around like a monkey, completely naked.
This child is living my best life. I'm just saying.
But yeah, I've had this like rant about Hollywood for a long time. How they portray everything as so much more mature than the reality is.
Indeed.
And then the next step is as soon as like a woman has like gained 10 pounds, then she has to go to the mom roles.
Yeah.
So like immediately, like there is no in between at all. Like it's we lose that stick figure. Okay, well then clearly you have birthed 7 kids, and that's all you get now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know what they have against women that are, of a certain age and have a certain figure, because where do they think the children come from? Like, somebody finds that hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who you're marketing to, but it's yeah. Like the real world. No, sorry, it's Hollywood. We don't say them words. I'm sorry.
But like if Tom Cruise was cast against a 25-year-old, everybody would be like, yeah, that's totally fine. He's like 70 years old. It's totally cool.
CB says, how is this for weird and creepy though? Ray Fiennes was 43 and playing a character who was supposed to be 69.
Yeah.
So he was actually playing much older.
Well, yeah, look at the oh god, what are they called? Golden Girls. Like Sophia was in her 30s, so
yeah, I think she was the youngest of the 4.
Yeah.
Wasn't she?
Yeah. She was picked solely because of her size.
The oldest character.
Yeah, they just needed her for her size. I mean, they really didn't care how old she was.
And that mouth. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
who else could deliver those lines with that much sass and not be annoying? I mean,
but there's also that very real thing about the fact that somehow people 40 years ago looked like they were 40 years older. Like I try to tell myself that it's just like a dumb thing, and if you look at the pictures you're going to see that it's wrong, but it's not. Like my parents when they were 30 looked like they were 20 years older than I look now.
Yeah, I'm the same age as my parents when we moved to Maryland, and I look back at pictures of them, and I like literally with the mirror, like, what happened here? Like, I know things have changed, but not that much.
And now you look at actors who are in their 40s, and you're just like, damn.
I just want to find whoever rebuilt Cher. That's like my life goal. I want to know somebody to hire.
I think she's a
whoever rebuilt
vampire.
Cher.
She's a vampire.
If so, I want to know whoever embraced Cher. Like whoever shared the immortal body.
Me next.
Yeah, I want to be in my 60s with a bare midriff on The Voice. I'm just saying, and proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, call me. There's work to be done.
I feel like somebody took that native in her and just like did a little DNA splicing here and there a little bit, and just there you go, immortal vampire in native form.
Really?
Because I was just watching some of that documentary where she takes the elephants back to the wild because Cher is saving the world. Girl, I love you, but and she's still she's so. I need to know who does the work. I need to know. I need it. She looks younger than I do.
But not who was doing Joan Rivers' work before she died. Because she looked like a feline.
Yeah.
You know,
there was a woman who wanted to look like a cat. They probably had the same doctor.
Also, I went out to lunch with some friends yesterday, and we tried so hard not to talk about it because it was a ridiculous topic. But we easily spent 40 minutes of that hour-long lunch talking about Zac Efron and why.
Why is he a DILF? What happened?
No, why did he
surgery
work done?
I think somebody said it's because he actually had fallen and broken his jaw and had to get surgery to repair it.
Is that what it is? Because like, why did that not like come out with it? Because it looked terrible. But maybe I don't know. Maybe like once it gets, I know that it sometimes takes some time for it to like.
When he has his facial hair, you don't even notice it. So.
I'm just saying, I'm rooting for Zac Efron to be Johnny Cage in the sequel to the Mortal Kombat movie because, like, that's the next step. Like, that's the next evolution of this movie. He can learn dance choreography. I've seen him do it. Fight choreography, dance choreography. They're not too far off. And he would be a perfect Johnny Cage. I'm just saying. He can pull off that, like, prick you want to punch in the face really well.
No.
Actually, it looks like what?
Sorry, CB in chat said, "Are we sure that Cher isn't Steve Rogers in disguise?" I love the idea that Cher is Steve Rogers' drag persona. I'm here for this. Move over, Chad Michaels.
I gotta lie, I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that.
Well, not. Well, at least now we know what he did after he went back in time to be with his true love. He like got himself all dolled up, had a career, TV, a daughter, who turned a son. Actually, do they have 3 kids? No, they just had the one. Just Baz.
Yeah.
So we went back in time and found his true love, Sonny Bono.
You got me, babe. That song has layers. You just didn't realize how deep.
Okay, so there was another celebrity that had really bad plastic surgery, and I just looked, and she has actually had it corrected and looks like a human again. And that is Lark Voorhees.
Mm.
I have no idea who that is.
Saved by the Bell, Lisa Turtle.
Yeah.
Oh.
She was looking hit for a while there, but she has been repaired. All right. How about a sprint?
That sounds wonderful.
Sounds good. Noelle needs to go down for a nap, so.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
keep saying it, but Noel living my best life.
All right, we will sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sako had to leave because she is doing something on someone else's channel. I forget who. I know who it is. I just forget who it was. So how did other people do?
I continued reading this chapter for the sample edit, and honestly, I feel like maybe it's not even ready for us yet.
I think I might need developmental.
Or like it's a 0 edit.
Well, okay, so in the inquiry it said that they had hired a ghostwriter to write it for them. It's their story, but the ghostwriter did most of the actual narrative stuff. Which, whatever, fine, great.
Mhm.
But the writing is really forced, and I just don't, I think it needs more work than I'm willing to give to it.
Yeah, because then you really wouldn't be asking the person to redo it. You'd be telling them to spend more money on getting their ghostwriter to fix it.
I think
It's hard to fix forced work.
I think that one more draft, of them editing it, would be fine.
The question. Oh well, you would need the full thing to do a developmental.
Yeah. I'm going to look at their email and reread it again because I can't remember exactly what they said.
I applied for 2 more jobs, and the child made me laugh my head off watching her give the puppy a bath, who is now laying on my legs getting my pants wet.
Sako is
Shut
on
up!
Sam Wicker's stream.
She's laughing at me. She's in there watching Toby now.
And that is the name she told me earlier. It was one of those things where, someone tells you the name and you have so many names in your head that it just gets lost in the pile of names.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Don't eat it. Mom.
What?
Okay, in their email, they said that they are using a ghostwriting service so they can really get their ideas out, and the service really follows their vision and direction, and they walk them through every step. The story is sound and very engaging, and the characters and world is great, and I'm happy with it. I would just like a second set of professional eyes to go through it, as I am invested in the story and afraid I might miss something. The book is almost done. I have got one more section to finish. Is what their email says.
Actually, what you could do is have them send it through beta readers.
No, do not take. Do not take. Not even the butt.
Because if they like it and it's sounding forced, that's a whole nother issue.
It's just a lot of it says the first and last name of almost every single character when they speak. So it says blah 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 blank blank said. That is not necessary.
Oh, that's real weird.
Yeah, that's only necessary if there's 2 Ambers or 2, in the same thing.
Or if
This
they're
was
like
very
Rocky
Robert Melvin.
Bartokinus.
So, I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely enjoyable, and if you like science fiction, I think that fans of science fiction would enjoy it. I just don't think it's quite ready for them to hire a professional editor yet. Just based on this first chapter, I think a round of beta reading would definitely do it some good.
Oh, and Spence is here. Hello, Spence.
Hello.
Spence just says bread stuff. Oh, she said hello, lovelies near up higher. See me got 209 words.
I just acquired a bag of rye flour, so tonight will also be bread stuff for me.
My brain is like, wait, you're a cake maker. You can make a rye cake?
No, this is absolutely bread. I feel like that'd be real gross.
Sorry, Cole.
Hi, Mom.
Yep.
I got some writing done, just a little bit, and then like I couldn't help myself. I started looking at the party pictures again, and then I was like, "Oh wait, I need to." I told her not to letter them because I knew the style I wanted to use for it and everything. I was like, "I'll just do that myself." And I was like, "Why don't I do put the finishing touches on it so the podcast cover is actually done?" And that's what I've been fiddling around with.
I started setting up the files for the file for the project that I'm going to be starting, and got myself an interesting dilemma. I figured to like motivate me better. I've got this book, Write the Story, that I got ages ago, but it's just like story prompts. So it's just like a heading and then some like prompt words for it. And I was like, oh, I can use this heading for each episode and it'll keep it like weird and exciting. I don't know. But in the first and the fourth prompts, they have the words. In the first one, there is the word mask. And in the fourth one, there is microbiologist. And now I'm like, do I write it now in the time of COVID? It's a mortal fantasy, so there won't be in the time of COVID for long, but do I start this in the time of COVID?
I'll be right back. I gotta go get Noelle in her room for her nap.
I know the feeling with the 4 books that I don't know what to do with because of Gods of Death and such. Yeah, I'm not the right person to ask about that because my response to that was to write. I think I wrote 9 novellas last year, and I decided to put them all on the shelves and do this other project instead. So I'm really not the person to ask about this. I am help to no one.
Well, I got lost in a rabbit hole of geography searches.
Oh, been there, done that many times.
Because my VTM game, well, I won't say that for sure that they are going to St. Louis next because they have a lot of options of locations to go. But the next attack is in St. Louis. And
I'm sorry for all of that. Sorry, Eva, if you're in the chat. I know we disagree about St. Louis.
Who'd you say in the chat?
Eva.
Oh, I don't think Eva's in the chat.
You never know. She could be lurking and waiting to strike when I insult St. Louis. That's happened before.
Well, in the VTM world, currently, if vampires practice a religion, there is a branch in St. Louis, and they are all fighting for the souls of the people there. Well,
so whoever wrote that has been to St. Louis. God.
Noelle did not want to go down for her nap. She ate the first time I was going to take her. She said she was hungry. I was like, okay, well, finish your pizza then, because I'd given her a piece of pizza for lunch. She didn't eat it. So I was like, okay, eat your pizza. She ate the pizza and then disappeared upstairs. So I was like, okay, it's time for a nap. And she's, I'm hungry, and like freaking out, flailing around when I tried to pick her up. And I'm like, my God. Like, you've eaten. You're fine. Just lay down and take a nap because you clearly need one. Children.
they are our future.
You almost tricked me into saying dirty person you.
I also had to hold back. I'm not gonna lie. The thought was there. We could have duetted. We didn't. We both made the right choice.
Yes, but would you be singing the song regular or Cordelia style?
Oh.
I mean, automatically for me, it's Cordelia style because I can't sing.
I can't either, but that doesn't stop me from trying.
That didn't stop Cordelia from trying either.
Speaking of singing, Have we decided whether it's your channel or Sako's?
I mean, I'm good with either. If Sako wants to host, that's like she can. But I don't know. I'm good with either way, so I don't know. I guess I'll ask Sako on Discord and see. If she wants to host it, then I'll just let her host it.
All right. I don't know how long Sam Wicker's stream is going to be, but Sako might not be able to answer for a little bit. Oh, we should probably outro ourselves.
That's for some reason coming from your mouth sounds so dirty.
Go outro yourself.
Go outro yourself.
Ooh, I will.
Intro.
Like
outro,
that?
intro,
Is that
outro,
what you meant?
You want to know the bad thing is the whole like promptathon going on. Like I had said I would do it, and it was supposed to start like yesterday, and so she's like, okay, well, I was like, I'll ask Meadow, and I'll ask her, and we'll figure it out. And then I kept forgetting to ask Meadow, and then she changed the time, so I was like, well, that worked out. Oops. You know, my weekend hasn't been busy or anything at all with things blowing up and going boom around my house trying to come down here.
Not at all.
You know, if it happened again, would that be lucky or would that just be 3 times like blessed or cursed? I don't know.
Thrice
I'm
cursed be.
I'm at a point in my life where I don't know if there's much difference between the two things.
Okay, I was just saying that.
Like it's all.
That's where I'm at right now.
It's always a curse.
I'm just happy that the spirits haven't forgotten about me. That's all I'm saying. Like,
You know what?
I got noticed. Thank you.
If this is them noticing me, they can fucking forget about me. Like I'm just done. Like the first thing I'm doing when the camper gets here, I've already ordered the shell because I don't know where mine's at and got my feather. I know where that's at. Like collecting the roses now. We're gonna sage this fucking house. Like we're gonna bless it. I don't do sage, but we're gonna bless it. Cause damn if the juju on there is we're blessing the whole fucking inside, outside, and everything.
I feel like this is a good time to mention that I'm going to be doing a New Year's, I'm sorry, not New Year's, a new moon pathworking ritual to try to clean out my life. And I am taking written submissions for things that I can add from other people. Written because I'm a terrible person and I will forget. So I need the message to me in some form that I can go, wait a minute, didn't so-and-so say? And find it.
Yeah.
Amber, I feel like you and I need to do another drunk stream soon. We haven't done one in a little while.
No, we haven't. Yeah, we haven't since that whole thing happened. We need to do one. But then again, I'd rather be drunk on camera, not in this camper, because as much as I love Bob, he would want to get drunk with me, and then you would never hear me. You would hear him and his loud mouth.
Bob's not loud.
No, that's not him being loud. That's just it. What you hear is not him being loud. That's his normal.
Okay, Jace, I sent you the link for the Google Doc for the sample edit. So whenever you have a chance, just read it and let me know what you think too, and then I can email them back and let them know our thoughts.
Okay. We still haven't done our outros.
Sorry.
Who needs them? You know, who needs them?
Well, I'm Jace Maxwell, author of urban fantasy and sort of an author of erotic horror. I'm an editor for Rose City Editing at rosecityediting.com. I do Sims for the Perfect Pancake on Tuesdays at noon Eastern. I am part of the Sims 4 3 play, which is on my channel, Cat Leo's channel, and Meadow's channel on Wednesdays from noon to 6 p.m. It is a long, flowing stream-to-stream event every week.
It's not a marathon.
It is a marathon. I am also I also do the VTM Mysteries, a Vampire the Masquerade tabletop role-playing game, on Thursdays at noon Eastern with author tubers as players. It is super fun. Last episode was freaking amazing. We kind of, as a team, gave Sage Gordon Davis an Academy Award for their performance. Because it was that good. And I had to play off of that, and I was just like, oh, fuck. And then I do this on Saturdays.
Nice. Rock on. I just want to say I'm really proud because I taught Noelle how to do this, and now she does it all the time.
Devil love, devil love, devil love.
I am trying to warm you up. So the puppy is wanting to get down there with Toby, and the AC came on. He's shivering, and he's wanting to go play, and he's like, no. Okay, I am Amber Craft. I write paranormal romance. I stream Sundays at noon, whatever time that equals for you. I put the promo code for the Audible of Unknown Love in the chat, so make sure you go and check that out and get a discount of that. I'm like holding a demon. And I give up. Like, that's hurting. And if you'd like to be on my podcast for season 2, let me know. I will set up dates and times. Just email me at theunknownseries.
Toby, no. Get off the blanket.
Or at Amber. Jesus, shut up. At gmail.com. I can't concentrate. Everything is chaos around me. And it's not even Bob's fault this time. I think that's all I've got. I've given up trying to figure out what I remember at this time. Oh, and if you'd like to help me donate, thank you, Kira, from like going crazy to helping me. And if you'd like to donate to help me with the crazy life that is my house camper trying to get down here and blowing things, to do blowing up.
Me.
So we've gone from the rapture happening at your house because Jesus needs to be quiet, and all the way to you having a literal whorehouse on wheels coming your way. I mean, I just don't know. The journey.
I'm not entirely sure that's the word choice that you meant.
Nathan.
Dude,
Where are my pearls to clutch?
I've already said I words today in the wrong orders, okay? So y'all were warned.
We are now blowing things cross country.
I was gonna say
that sounds like my kind of road trip. Knock it off.
Yes.
I'm clutching my own pearls at this point. How the hell did I know? Thanks, Kira, for like confusing the fuck out of me. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, if you like that kind of crap, yeah. No. I've had some journey with getting my house to me, so I could use the money if you got it. I would love it, and I will mention you if if you'd like.
Thank you. Yes.
Stage left, gonna go. Just die now.
Oh my goodness. Hi, if you like clutching your pearls, join me on my streams on Wednesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. We've had quite a few pearl clutching moments lately because I'm trash and I'm tired of hiding it. So, yay. Yeah, there's that. My podcasts are going to be coming back. Make sure if you do have any questions, get them in before the mass recording starts so that they get answered for the Myth Weaving, which is a world building podcast. I'm also sending out invitations to interview people. And if somebody in the sound of my voice would like to be one of those people, just let me know and I will put you on the list because I'm very, very bad at sending things out. And some of the people that I need to get back in touch with, it's a whole ordeal. And I can't take the stress anymore. But yeah, I'm very excited. The podcasts are coming back. The book's almost done. My joints have stopped hurting. The world is mine.
Which means the weather is great.
Yes.
Kitty.
Yes, I have Kitty. I am Chloe, and I sell sex.
Might as well keep with the theme, you know?
Yeah.
Amber's got a camper for you to work from.
I sell sex for the cost of a Medium membership. You can read all of my sex on Medium. And I also sell a bit of romance, but mostly with demons and people who are also wolves and bears and jaguars and dragons and deer. And I stream maybe sometimes weekly and maybe sometimes more often than that on Word Stitch Write-ins. And also I post a variety of things now on my personal YouTube, Chloe Alice Balkan. And I think that's all the important stuff for me right now.
Sweet.
Nice. Hello, my name is Meadow. I do writing streams on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I do The Sims on Wednesdays. And we're going to be doing karaoke tomorrow, but I don't know whose channel yet.
Either
and
Psychos or Meadows.
I'm going to schedule it just in case, and then if Sako says she wants to do it, then I'll just delete mine. But yeah, and then I'm also an editor with Rose City Editing. Me and Jace, we work together on books and stuff. And if you're looking for an editor, we would love to work with you. I've been overwhelmed during the stream with 3 different inquiries, all within like 30 minutes of each other. So that brings me joy. Yay! And I'd love for you to join that. I don't have anything else. I think I mean, yeah, I'm just a stay-at-home mom that works on books and stuff. Yay!
Awesome. I was just watching kitty sledding.
Yeah. Dinner time was 14 minutes ago, and he's about to lose his shit on me. I am pretty sure that he is looking at me like I am food right now. Like, literally, bitch, I will eat that fat arm of yours.
You are muted, Charlie.
Good. Y'all did not need to hear the words that came out of my mouth. That was the good Lord saving y'all from more question. I'm just saying.
It's like when Kira does the did you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm like, yeah, that's probably a good thing.
Do you hear the words that come out of my mouth?
All right. That is it for this week. It was a good time again. And thank you everyone for coming. Thank you to the people who joined us in chat, and also to those who are coming in to watch the replay. We will catch you next week. Bye.